Good afternoon to all. I welcome you all in my today's class. Before starting the class, let me introduce myself. I am Anwar Hussain. I am an assistant teacher of Juntapur Government High School. Today I am going to take a class from class 8. This is very important for those students who are taking preparation for JSC examinations. So dear students, let's start our today's class. So our today's class from class 8, and I'm going to take a class from unit 8. So dear students, let's see. Have a look, there is a picture for you. Can you say who is he or what he is doing? Yes, there is a picture, he is cutting here, and on the there is another picture who is taking care of the plants. So can you guess anything who he is? Yes, he is a man who loves trees, who plants trees. So he is Kartik Poromanik. I think you understand Kartik Poromanik. He is cutting here and he is taking care of the plants. Basically, he is a hairdresser. So let us know more about him. You can see on the picture there is Kartik Poromanik, and the channel I is going to honor him with a award, and he is receiving certificate, or that is his recognition. So this is the man who planted trees in his areas. So let's see more. You can see he is receiving award from Channel I, and there are more pictures about Kartik Poromanik. There is his house and he along with his family. I think now you have a clear idea about him. So let us see. This is the main text that you have in your book. So I'm going to read it for you so that you can follow, that is, you can learn. So at the farthest corner of Bangladesh, there is a village called Tarapur. In this village, there lives a man named Kartik Poromanik. The person that I am talking about, he lives in a village and he is Kartik Poromanik. Kartik Poromanik, he is hairdresser by profession but a nature lover at heart. So dear learners, he is a hairdresser but he is a great lover of nature. His passion is to plant saplings which grow into gigantic trees. So we know he has a passion, he has a strong feelings for trees, and he likes to plant more trees, and that becomes larger. He started planting trees when he was only 10 years old. I think you understand, when he was a child, simply a child, he started to plant trees in his areas. He remembers what his father once told him: "My son, you can earn the blessings of God by planting trees." So once his father told him to plant more trees, and by planting trees, he can earn the blessings of God. He has never forgotten what his father told him. At present, he is 63 years old. Dear learners, he never forget what his father said once upon a time, and he kept this in his mind. And right now, he is 63 years old, and he planted hundreds of trees in his village. And most of the trees are now 35 to 40 years old. All right. Next, once there were hardly any trees in his village, Kartik used to go to different houses for his job. Dear learners, as he is a hairdresser, he has to move, he has to go from one place to another. And at that time, there were no trees in his places. And that is why he understood he has to suffer a lot because of the scorching sun. But there were no trees under which he could sit and rest for a while. Thinking how people suffer in the heat, Kartik began his tree planting mission. So when he started this mission when he himself understood that because of trees, people had to suffer a lot. Occasionally, Kartik would wake up early in the morning, take one or two laborers with him and set out to plant trees. He would walk long distances to plant trees, carrying with him some dry food and water. So sometimes he would get up early in the morning, and sometimes he hired 2 or 3 laborers along with him, and he planted trees. Not only his villages, and he has to go long way, and he carries dry food and water as a food. He would pay all the expenses from his own pocket. Kartik has planted trees beside the roads, in and around the bazaars, villages, schools, colleges, open fields, and many other places. In a word, if I say, he planted trees in everywhere, that is beside the road, schools, colleges, and open fields. At times, it so happened that Kartik would go to water his plant at 10 or 11 p.m. People asked him, Kartik, are you mad? What are you doing so late at night? So it happened very oftenly that Kartik go to water the plant at midnight, that is 10 or 11 p.m. So some people might think that he became mad, but Kartik would say, smile, what do, sir? I had to work hard the whole day to earn money for my family. I don't get time during the day, but my trees would die if I don't water them. So I come late at night to look after them. So what he said, Kartik said, he was busy in the daytime. When he come back, it became late night. That is why he go to late night to water them. Otherwise, he understood very clearly that the trees might dry. Even today, this old man continues planting trees as many as he can. More importantly, he started his journey of tree plantation when he was 10 years old. But still now he is continuing it. And he planted many trees. A man who can hardly sign his name is leaving his signature all around in nature. The most important thing of this passage that is, Kartik, he himself doesn't know how to put his sign, but he left lot of signature. That is the evidence in the around that reminds about Kartik, the man who loves trees. So, dear learners, that is all about him. I think now we have a clear idea about him. So let us see, we have a vocabulary presentation for you. What is this passion? We know the important word that I pick from the passage. Passion. Passion means, we know, that is strong feeling. And gigantic, that is large in size, that is big, we know. And sapling, young plant, we know that is young plant, that is sapling. And occasionally, you can say sometimes, at times, we know. And you have another word that is signature. Signature means, I told you, that is evidence, witness, leaving something that reminds of you. And scorching, that is intense heat. When it's summer, there were scorching sun. Okay, dear students, now you have some questions. So to get the answer, you have to read the text again and try to answer the following questions. So what are the first questions? Who was Kartik Pormanik? So I think now we have an idea. Who was Kartik Pormanik? We know. Kartik Pormanik is a hairdresser who lives in the village. Alright. So the 7 questions. Where did he plant trees? Can you say? Yes. He planted trees everywhere. If I am talking about in a word, he planted trees in everywhere. That is, he planted trees beside or around the bazaars, schools, colleges, in the open field. And everywhere he planted trees. I think you understand. And why did he plant trees? It's a big question. Why did he plant trees? He planted trees because once he understood that lack of trees, because of trees, people had to suffer a lot when they go from one place to another. And because Kartik, he himself is the worst sufferers. And that is why he planted trees so that the people could take rest and the seed, and that is why he planted trees. And the last question, and the more important one, that is, a man who can hardly sign his name is leaving his signature all around in nature. What do you understand by it? There is a question to you. That is, I think you understand. The plain meaning is he doesn't know how to put his sign, but he leaves signatures everywhere in around. What do you understand? By this, we understand that though he may be illiterate, he is not so educated, but he lives, he put his signature everywhere in around by planting trees. So this man is great for his works. So I think you understand. Now you can see the answers I have written for you. You can see that answers. The number one, that is what? Kartik Paramanik was a hairdresser by profession who was nature lover. I explained it. And the next one is he planted trees everywhere, such as beside the roads, in and around bazaars, schools, colleges, and open trees. That's the question number two. And number three was once there were no trees in his village, so that he could see it and take rest. He thought that people might suffer for this. That is why he planted trees. And I think you understand why he planted this. That is the answer of the questions. And the number one, that was he was an illiterate. I said it earlier. He was unable to put his signature. But by planting so many trees, he leaves his evidences everywhere in the nature. So that is all about you. Dear learners, you know there will be 4 questions from the passage, and there are 8 marks. Each question carries 2 marks. So you can practice it very carefully and sincerely, and I think it helps you a lot. You can practice this, and if you have any query, you can comment on me, and I will try to give you the answers. So that is all about you. Thank you very much. Stay safe and stay connected.